Sugarcane is a stem of a plant and its juice is sweet. But where did this stem get its sweetness from? From photosynthesis. Now let's see how this sugarcane produces sugar through the process called photosynthesis. The plants, they take in sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, and they basically convert it into oxygen and sugars. So now let's see how to write chemical equation for photosynthesis. 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 water molecules get converted into 1 sugar molecule and 6 oxygen molecules. Photosynthesis is the chemical process in which carbon dioxide and water combines using energy from the sun to make sugar and oxygen. This paragraph is basically explaining this chemical equation. Moving on to the next slide. So now let's see how the photosynthesis is working in the plant cell. This is how a plant cell would look like. And these green things, what are they called? They are called chloroplast. This is where the photosynthesis happens. These green things that you see in here, the chloroplast, are what gives the plants the green color. This is the definition for chloroplast. Chloroplasts are unique structures found in plant cells that convert sunlight and carbon dioxide into energy. Moving on to the next slide, let's see a zoomed in picture of chloroplast. We know that the photosynthesis happens in chloroplast, yes? So the chloroplast takes in the sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and converts it into oxygen and sugar. So this process of photosynthesis happens where? In chloroplast. It all starts from where? From the sun. We need energy for the plants, and where do they get it from? From the sun. And this sun provides energy for the plants to do photosynthesis, and the plants give food energy to the cattle, and the cattle provide us with meat and milk which we consume, and we can also consume the plants in the form of vegetables and leaves. The sun's energy would be useless without these plants, yes? They are what converts sun's energy to food energy through the process called photosynthesis. Moving on to the next slide. Now that we have learned about photosynthesis, let's move on to the next topic, which is respiration. What is respiration? Respiration is taking in oxygen, food in the form of sugar, and then breathing out carbon dioxide and water. How is water released from our body? In the form of sweat or urine or stool. We learned the chemical equation of photosynthesis, yes? But what is the chemical equation of respiration? That's simple. It's basically the photosynthesis reversed. Here we take in oxygen, we take in sugar, and then we convert it into water and carbon dioxide. So this equation is the equation for respiration. Now let's see how an animal cell looks and where does the chemical reaction of respiration happens. So this is an animal cell, and these red things that you see in here are what? Are called something called mitochondria. And this is where the chemical reaction of respiration happens. What are mitochondria? Mitochondria are structures found in animal cells that convert energy into carbon dioxide and water. So let's see what happens here is inside an animal cell, the sugar molecule gets broken down into smaller molecules and a little bit of energy. These smaller molecules, they go inside the mitochondria with the oxygen that we breathe in. They all combine and a process takes place inside. That process would be the cellular respiration. And what does it release from the equation that we saw earlier? It released carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Does that make sense? So the reaction that we saw previously in here about respiration, where does this occur? It occurs inside mitochondria. So this process makes the mitochondria release what? carbon dioxide, just like the equation that we saw earlier, water, and lots of energy. This energy that gets released from the mitochondria is what helps us with running, playing, studying, thinking, and all the activities that we do. With that, we wrap up respiration and photosynthesis.